Welcome back to the Precision Trader. I just wanted to do another recap of the day's trading activity and how using the order book, knowing where the buyers and sellers are, could have helped you make some very good decisions. With that said, we're going to start out with UPST. We started trading this earlier in the day, and yeah, it was the gift that kept giving. With that said, we started at the open today. We ran right. Right. Of course, if you haven't watched previous videos, plenty of education there. Just a quick crash course here. These heat map levels here, they go from black to blue to white to yellow to orange to red. The more they get closer to red, the more orders that are sitting at that level waiting to be filled. And of course, whenever you get to a level with a lot of orders, you're going to have some movement there. With that said, we see at the market open runs to 354, proceeds to rejects all the way back down to the next major level of buyers ready to buy the dip at 347. They proceed to push it right back up to 354. And then, of course, what happens whenever we finally absorb all the sellers? We see how they were here and now they're gone. What happens there? Well, all the orders got filled, and this is a make or break point. When we start seeing support candles, in this case is 1 minute candles here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, what do we know from previous videos on education? Whenever we start getting all these support candles, we're heading to the next major level. And in this case, 360. 360 was a okay level, but really the big one was 365. That was the next major level. Not the three, there was definitely people wanting to take some profit, do some selling at 360, but of course, we're looking for the orange and nice thick orange, red and levels, signifying a lot of people want to do business. So with that said, two different ways you can play this. Once you get on top of these sellers, absorb them, get on top, support candles. Well, at this point, put your stop just below this level of liquidity, and then you're playing to the next major level. And in essence here, it was 360, 364, 365. We actually started a short position. We got to the party a little late on this one. But with that said, short position here at 364, 365. And sure enough, it rejects all the way down to 360. Why 360? Well, there was a ton of people wanting to buy the dip at that spot. And when you get rejections at one major level of liquidity, yeah, and you can't absorb the buyers or sellers at that level, well, more times than not, as long as you got the volume, you're heading to the next major level. So we see comes down, rejects out of the 364s, 365 sellers again. They push it back down to all the way back down to 360, and then buy it right back up to 365 again, knock it all the way back down to 362, and pretty much ping pong. There was tons of sellers at 365, and then finally, what do we have here? We finally absorb all of them at this point right here, and then of course it has to digest it. And then from that point, buyers come back in, 364 right there. You can see if we get to the 50-cent increments, it'll give some. Okay, right here, we see that they're coming back in, because that's another thing I'll look for when I'm buying the dip. So I reject out of, of course, I love to short scalp out of these major levels right here. And then I'm looking to take profit whenever I see buyers start coming back in the book, and then reverse it and go long. And that's exactly what we got here. And then really, once we get on top of this 365, 366, we start getting support candles, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that's telling us that she wants to run to the next major level. In this case, up here at 370, that was the next major level. We see that it runs up to 369, about 30 cents short of this major level, and then rejects down to 368, $52 rejection there. And then it pushes up through 370. We start getting, we start to see we got a support candle here, another support candle heading to the next major level, which in this case ended up being 371. I was shorting all up in this. So from 370 to 372, I was totally fine with shorting all the way up to this next major level, 372, and was rewarded nicely. Got out of there at 369 and 368. And then sure enough, they buy it right back up to the sellers at 371, and then knock it back down to the 367, 368. But again, a lot of momentum with this one. Sure enough, support candles on these buyers right here at 368 once again, and they push it right back up. And then finally it pushes through, absorb these 372 sellers, pushes all the way up to the 373 sellers, rejects down real quick and in a hurry. And then they buy it right back up. And this is always a good sign here. When you push up to a liquidity like this, and then you got to look at this huge line of sellers that just poured into the book at 372. I mean, when I see that, I get extremely confident. I mean, I'm trying to remember the last time I seen this happen, where it'll push up through a liquidity, and then just buyers just start loading the book right below, and then it fall through it. I mean, I can't think of one off the top of my head. So anyway, so when I see this setup, when I see these buyers just start pouring in the book, I mean, it's just extreme confidence to the upside. And sure enough, where's it heading to the next major level? 375. And then rejects out of that, proceeds to fall all the way back to the buy the dippers at this point, pulled their orders up, started really filling the book at 373. We actually were shorting here at 375, and then took profit at that 373. I'll show you in our Discord here in a minute. But yeah, with that said, I'll put some OSO orders in, all up in here, 377, 378, all that. Those got I set those and had to go take care of some other business, and as you can see here, fell all the way back down to 373. So that was some easy take profits. And also too, we finally buy the dippers came 373, bought it right back up, and that was it for UPST. So this one was extremely fruitful. With that said, let me show you the Discord here. Let's see. All right, so our market outlook, what we were looking for today was a pushing to retest the 50 MA daily. We got a big gap up this morning. You know, the majority of the time gaps fill, but this was a big gap today. Hence the reason why I said to keep in mind that big gaps, you can get enough sentiment and confidence to just open and run, and that's exactly what we got there. And anyway, we finished up trading day a little afternoon. Got our push to the 50 MA daily like we wanted, and then we added 6 more winners to get us to 74 consecutive winning day trades, and 14 days in a row. As far as trades. Yeah, this was yeah, as you can see here, quite a few trades input on UPST. Another thing we pointed out was algo levels. Again, these aren't trend lines. These aren't support and resistance lines that I've drawn. These are, like I said, these are algorithmic trading levels that yeah, when you get a lot of computer trading, they trade off these levels, because again, I mean, that they have to have something. They have to have some kind of algorithm levels to trade based off of, to buy and sell. I mean, it's just not just some random thing where they buy. And as you can see here, look at all, I mean, rejection. So let me see, what are these 2-minute candles? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14, and this was just whenever I pictured it. There was a lot more. But yeah, 14 different candles. And again, this is on a 2-minute time frame. There's even more on the 1 minute. So yeah, I'd say yeah, it's pretty nice leading indicator. Of course, the order book being the number one leading indicator, algo levels being number 2, and yeah, that's the 2 most powerful ones by far when it comes to day trading. So with that said, yeah, firm. Yeah, we got played some firm as well. A lot of USPT. So yeah, we did really well. We had a Tesla in here as well. Played the bounce on Netflix at 632. Rejection on Tesla at 620. So with that said, let's get back to the order book. See what else we can. Let's see here. Tesla, just mentioned that we played the rejection at 620. All righty. So we were locked and loaded with our short at 620. And we were just patient, letting it come to us. Because again, look how, I mean, this huge level of liquidity. I mean, very rarely will you get to a level with this amount of people wanting to buy and sell and take profit that you don't get some degree of rejection. So with that said, sure enough, pushes right into it and proceeds to reject down $3. And then, of course, there's always buyers at the VWAP when you're above it, and they buy it right back up. Sellers come right back in the book at 319, 320, and they proceed to knock it all the way back down to 816. So when you get a situation like this, it pushes through, and it actually absorbs all of these sellers at 820. You see there? It disappears. The red line is gone. Comes down, and then you see them fill the book again. They start loading the order book again. I'd say probably 9 out of 10 times you're going to get another rejection. And that's exactly what we got here. So we like our high probabilities. Like, yeah, we didn't get to 74 winning day trades in a row by going with the low probability plays. All right. Let's see, what else did we? Oh yeah, SPXL. Of course, we know that we like to use this for the SPY overall market direction. Okay, so how could this have helped you? Well, when you see lots of liquidity, a lot of people want to do business. Remember, the market gravitates towards liquidity. It wants to fill orders. That's what market makers want to do. Well, as you can see here, 116 to 117 was loaded. Of course, this correlates with 151 or 140, or what was it, 341 to 342 on SPY. And of course, right here at 117 was 342.50 was the 50 MA daily. So no surprise that was, yep, that was loaded with sellers. Now, again, they're going to get above these sellers. They are going to have to gap over them. Yeah, because it's going to be pretty tough to trade through them during the trading day. So don't be surprised to see another gap up in the morning. Yeah, gap up and then come back and test the 50 support candles there, and then off to all-time highs or retest of all-time highs. So yeah, don't be surprised. All right, got earnings coming up, so the earnings momentum is building. Let me see what else. Tell you what, we'll just, I'll tell you what, Netflix, because we did play the Netflix bounce in our play today. Again, we were playing the bounce at, what was it, 6:30? I'll say it was 6. Yeah, I think it was 6:30. Oh, excuse me. Doing a late video for you, so sorry, my brain's not working as good. All right, so this is where we were looking to buy the dip. Had buyers here, loading the book and the VWAP. You get that more times than not, you're going to get a good little bounce. So in a bounce of 632, we mentioned taking profit. Taking profit at 634. These sellers right here, because we expected it to fall back down. And sure enough, did. They buy it back up, support candles back up on top of the VWAP, signaling that we're heading to the next major level. In this case, I mean, this was okay, but the next major level was 365. Ends up pushing. Yeah, when I see this right here, when I see two monster levels within $1 of each other, that's an easy short. Easy short scalp. Yeah. So rejects out of there, rejects off those sellers, and ends up coming all the way down to 633, 634 buyers we see right here. And they proceed to, yep, buy it up. We see it comes up here. Buyers step back in. Again, when you see this, extreme confidence. When I see it come up and then I see it start to fall, and then I see buyers just starting to load the book just like that. Yeah. Again, it's support. Where's it heading? Next major level, 637. Comes within pennies of it and rejects all the way back down to 635. And then, yeah, it's one of those, if you're willing to take, don't get greedy, be able to take, $1 to $2, $2 to $5, and then on the big levels, $5 to $10, moves. Yeah, you can be extremely successful trading an order book, say the least. So with that said, I hope this session helped you out. Sorry for the lack of energy here. Just a little late on the day. Just wanted to get a video out for ones that are trying to learn and understand the order book. I'd love to be able to direct you to somebody else that's that's trading a book like this. But honestly, I don't know of anyone. Hence why, I had to do a lot of research and just screen time with it. So yeah, if you come across anybody else that's using the book like this, let me feel free to share their information. Love to see if I can grab any. Always looking to get better, so grab any insights for them. Granted, it's gonna be hard to beat our the streak that we're rocking right now with the order book, but yeah, can always get better. So with that said, appreciate those that made it to the end of the video, and come check us out in the server if you'd like to trade with us throughout the day. May the market be with you.